You've seen it, right? AI creating these absolutely mind-blowing images from just a handful of words. It really does feel like straight-up magic. But what's actually happening in that tiny pause before the image starts to appear? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and decode the secret language of AI.
So, we've all typed in prompts kind of like this and just been floored by the results. But that incredible leap from text to a picture, it isn't magic at all. It's this really fascinating journey where your words get translated, pulled apart, and then totally rebuilt into a perfect set of instructions for the AI.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How does the AI take our creative, sometimes kind of messy human language and turn it into a super precise blueprint for an image? We're about to dive into that very first, absolutely crucial stage of creation.
Okay, so before an AI can even begin to think about things like colors or shapes, it first has to translate our language into its own native tongue, which is, math. And here's the thing to remember. The AI isn't understanding your words like you or I do. Nope. It's doing some incredibly complex mathematics to spot patterns and relationships. This is where the real work kicks off.
It all starts with something called tokenization. The AI literally shatters your prompt into these small, standard pieces called tokens. A great way to think about it is like swapping your local money for a universal currency before you can buy something online. This step makes every single word and concept, even brand new ones, totally understandable to the system. And here you can see that transformation happening. The human phrase chrome-plated samurai gets broken down into these distinct machine-friendly units. Just like that, the AI has the basic building blocks it needs to get started. Now this is where it gets really clever. Every single one of those tokens is given a numerical coordinate, placing it on this huge invisible map of meaning. And on this map, concepts that are related are neighbors. So samurai would be located right near words like warrior and Japan. It's building context before it even thinks about drawing a single line.
Okay, so the AI gets the individual words now, but how does it know how they're all supposed to connect? I mean, how does it figure out that it's the samurai who is chrome-plated and also the one who's meditating?
Right, it's got to understand the grammar, the relationships within your sentence. And to pull that off, it uses this incredibly powerful system that's really at the heart of all modern AI. It's called the attention mechanism. This is how it figures out which words matter most and then maps out how they all link together. So how does that actually work? Well, you can think of it like the AI is having an internal conversation with itself. For each word, let's say samurai, it basically shouts out to all the other words, hey, how important are you to me? And then words like meditating and chrome-plated signal back, like super important. By measuring the strength of those signals, the AI builds this rich web of connections. It knows the samurai is the star of the show here. And it's not just one giant calculation happening all at once. It's way cooler than that. Imagine a whole creative team of little specialists, all reading your prompt. You've got one that only cares about composition, another that's obsessed with texture, a third focusing on the action, and a fourth that's all about the mood. Then they all get together, combine what they've learned, and build one single, unified concept map. All right, so the AI understands the what of your prompt. But what about the how? How in the world does it know what in the style of Ghibli or film noir is supposed to look like? The secret here is that it's not just memorizing millions of pictures. See, instead of just copying what it's seen, the AI learns the fundamental rules that actually define an artistic style. This table lays it out perfectly. For Studio Ghibli, it learns, okay, that means warm colors, soft light. For film noir, it's all about high contrast and those dramatic, hard shadows. It's basically learning the recipe, not just looking at a photo of the finished cake. And that's what lets it apply that style to absolutely anything. So all of those rules, the data about the colors, the principles for the lighting, the qualities of the textures, they all get bundled together into what's called a style vector. You can just think of this vector as a powerful filter or a set of instructions that's going to make sure the final image has the exact vibe you were going for. So here we are. We've got our concepts all mapped out and our artistic style is totally defined. Now, it is time to put it all together into one final instruction set for our artist, the AI itself. And at this final stage, the AI takes everything, I mean everything it has learned from your prompt. Every relationship between words, every single stylistic rule, all the subtle details, and it distills it all down into one single, highly refined package of numbers. This little package of information is basically a destination. It's a coordinate that points to a very specific spot inside the AI's mind,
which is this vast, organized map of visual possibility called the latent space. Honestly, the best way to imagine it is as a sort of dreamscape, where every possible image that could ever exist is already there, just waiting as a single point.
And that is it. That's the ultimate goal of this entire translation process. Your complex, creative idea, our chrome-plated samurai, has been transformed into a single, precise GPS coordinate on this incredible infinite map. This is the final blueprint.
And just like that, the hard work of interpretation is officially over. After all of that translating and connecting and decoding, the AI has its director's notes. It knows exactly what it needs to create, where to find it on its map, and all the rules it has to follow to get it right.
That blueprint is the guide, the thing that allows the AI to start sculpting a perfect image out of what is basically pure chaotic noise. But how does that sculpting process actually work? Well, that's a story for our next explainer. Thanks for watching.